Hey everyone, I know that some of you either missed the training and I had a couple people ask for the video. So I'm going to create one that is just so everyone across the school gets the same thing. If you already attended the training, you don't need to watch this video. It's just here if you need a refresher or if you weren't here and need to get caught up. So, you should have gotten an email from me or from Classcraft that says your school's ready. And you can click on that, or you can go to classcraft.com, or you can go through Clever and do it as well. And you should pop up and your classes should be there. And you should see something that says like begin setup or button. If you click on that button, then so like this begin setup, then you should be able to watch that. It's going to say loading. Then it's going to go back to the same screen again, and you're going to see that now the button says play. So you're going to go ahead and click on that. All right. So here we are. Actually, changed my course again. Did that earlier. All right. So here we are with our class. Okay. And I showed all the grade levels this earlier. I don't like the format as a grid. You might like it that, and that's great. You can keep it that way. If you wanted to change it, you could do it in list view. Here you can select multiple people right here. You could just click the dots by that, and if once you do that, you can give points to those people instead of having to do it individually. And you can also select all. You can also here mark anybody absent. Select all students. All right. And so, or you can have it in list view. And here you can see they're all marked absent because I just did that. And so I'm actually going to select them and make sure that they are not marked absent anymore so that we can play around in the game. So now my kids are not absent. Okay. And I like this one because it's easier for me to mark absent. That way I can see the level, I can see their points. And we're going to talk about crystals, but not until probably the middle of first 9 weeks or second 9 weeks, depending on how everyone's feeling. But I like this a lot. I think this is a lot easier. We decided after Wednesday's meeting that we were going to change the points. So when you want to give a student a point, if they've earned it, you can select their name or names. Then you can go to give points. And now we just have the 4 categories that go with the real matrix: respect, engage, act responsibly, and lead. So you could just click on it and it would give those kids those points, or you could do a quick reward where you say what it's for and you tell how many experience points you want it to give. So there is that. So it would be these 4. You can also give whole class points. So let's say Miss Bratcher is not there, so she's absent. So if I want to select all the students, it'll select them all, but she won't be included in giving the points because she wasn't there. And you can give everyone points or a quick reward. So I really like that view, but you can always change it. Here's your game view. So anything you do in the game, points you're given, powers used, those kind of things will be listed here. Any to-do list items will pop up and notifications. Okay. Now to get your classes ready to go, I know 6th grade, I know you guys were going to talk about it at grade level. I know that 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade, our social studies teachers are going to do the Classcraft with the kids. We're going to kind of go over it and introduce it to the students. And so, but every teacher, no matter if you're introducing it to the students or not, are going to need to go through what I'm getting ready to go through so that when you want to go give points or you want to use tools with your class, they're already unlocked. Now, when the developers made this program, they made it so you had to do these steps in order. I'm going to do the fast track way of how to unlock everything, but not have to sit there and read it or go step by step with your kids, since the social studies teachers are going to do that. So here, you will click on introduction. Actually, let me go back 1 second. As you can see right now, we only have home, we have class dashboard, and in our class tools, we only have 3 class tools. By the end of this, you should have 6 class tools, and you will have the quest icon and you'll have the messaging icon right here. Okay. So here we are in our class. And what you're going to need to do is click on that progression bar at the bottom. We want all the boxes all the way through chapter 3, kudos, with a green check on it. That unlocks all the tools that you'll need to be able to use in your class, and that what we'll need for the beginning of the school year to run smoothly. So here's the experience points, level up, and powers. This kind of tells you about it. You can try it, but if you just want the check mark, hit continue. Okay. And then you'll see now I have a check mark here. Select positive behaviors and powers. We have already done that as a school. There's nothing for you to do. So you hit continue, then you hit next. These are powers. We're going to do more with this probably halfway through the first 9 weeks or the second 9 weeks, depending on how everyone's feeling. But I will at the very end talk about, if you want to start this sooner in your classroom, how to do that and how to edit some of these. Okay, then you hit done and you see you have a check mark. You don't need to add your students. They've already been added for you. Then here is chapter 1 preview. You don't have to do anything. You can watch the video if you want. It's a pretty cool video, but I would watch that on your own. And then you hit start, and now you have your green check, and it advances you to chapter 1. Here's the intro. The social studies teachers are going to show this video. You could watch it if you want to know what it says and how it introduces it to the kids, or you can just hit continue and get your check mark. Stopwatch, you just hit continue, timer, continue, volume meter, continue, random picker, continue. Okay? Then here it says chapter 2 preview. You're going to click on that. And then you're going to hit continue to chapter 2. And as you can see, it gave me a green check mark and automatically moved me to chapter 2. Here's my chapter 2 intro, continue. Characters, pets, and gold pieces. The social studies teachers are going to go over this with the kids, but you have to click on it and hit continue, 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 so that you can get to the next part, okay, of it, okay? So click on that. Now I have a check mark. Invite students to create their accounts. Social studies teachers are going to do this, but and I know this is weird. On your end, just go ahead and click do it later. We're not inviting the kids yet, so they shouldn't be able to do anything because we haven't invited them. School store, we are not doing yet, so hit continue. Messaging, we're not using, so hit continue. Quests, we are going to be doing this the second week of school. You'll get another video on what this means and how it looks and all of that, but for now, just hit continue. Then you're at chapter 3 preview. Here, go ahead and click. You can watch the video if you want to, or you can hit continue to chapter 3. Then you have your intro, continue. Character, classes, and their powers. Just go ahead and hit continue. We will probably be doing this about halfway through the year to get them they'll get complacent at points. And this is like another way to kind of like level up. Powers is another way to make it exciting. Their groups is another way to make it exciting. Teams, it goes through kind of that they can be on teams with each other. I'm going to say do this later. Enable character class selection. In order to be able to do the next thing, you have to hit enable selection. So just go ahead and hit it, but you're not going to do anything with it yet. Just gives you your green check. Then random events, continue, kudos. Kudos is really cool. Students can write positive, uplifting messages. But the cool thing is, the teachers, you review them and approve them, or you can reject them. Once approved, kudos can be viewed on the class wall. So you could have like kudos Wednesday or kudos Friday and show all the kudos. And the kids who give a kudos get like small amount of XP and gold pieces, and the person who receives it. So an example of a kudos would be like if Miss Howard helped me get caught up on my work because I was absent the day before, I could go into Classcraft and say, thanks, Miss Howard, for helping me get caught up on my work. I really appreciate you giving some of your time to help me. And then we teachers could read that. We could approve it or reject it, but approve it. And then once it's approved, the student who wrote the kudos would get XP and gold pieces, and the child who received it, so Ms. Howard, would get XP and gold pieces for doing the awesome thing. Okay, and that's it for like the fast track through that. Now you should see here I have 5 icons. I have quests and messages, and here I have class tools. And I now have my random events and I have my kudos. So now I have my 6. Down here is your class settings. If you click on that and you go to powers, this is where you can edit your power. So if you don't want your kids to eat in class, you could change it. You could make it worth more crystals. It's called a universal power because anybody in that class, in your class, would be able to have that power. And then eavesdrop and then levitation. You can always, you can change those for how it works in your room. Other than that, I think that's all we're going to do for now. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.